And the Director General of Nigeria Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, said Nigeria's President Tinubu embraced cryptocurrencies before President Trump of the United States of America. He said that also Nigeria's investment, President-elect Trump, I should say, Nigeria's Investment and Security Act, once it becomes law, will be a game changer that will entice more listings on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. He spoke with our Rise business correspondent Rotus Oddiri on the sidelines of the African Financial Industry Summit in Casablanca, Morocco.
All right, it's day one of AFIS 2024 here in Casablanca in Morocco, and we here at Arise News are going to be discussing Nigeria's capital markets. And who better to discuss this with than the brand new, well, maybe I've been a few months late, Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Agama Emomotimi. Welcome to Casablanca, sir. It's good to see you.
Rotus, it's nice to see you again after a long while.
Indeed, it has been a very long while, sir. What brings you here to Casablanca? Who are you interacting with on behalf of the SEC?
Well, what brings me to Casablanca is what has brought everybody here to Casablanca. The integration of the African capital market, the African financial system, to becoming one straight line, being able to deliver service to every African from whatever part that African comes from. So that's very, very important because, like you know, the capital market is the barometer of any economy. And for Africa, as you know, a continent, it has been a serious pain for a long time, having to be able to integrate our markets, to be able to find capital, moving capital from one African country to another African country is the most necessary tool to developing the economy of Africa. And so it is critical that everybody that matters is here to have me to discuss this and to find a way forward in leading Africa into the next line.
The listings on the NGX, there's been a lot of talk about needing more listings. I know you are on the regulatory side, you want to make sure things are safe, not too many, but can you share your thoughts on getting more listings on the NGX?
Oh, that's very critical. Getting listings into the NGS and any other exchange for that matter in Nigeria and indeed Africa is a critical point to deal with. And what we are doing at the SEC is trying to provide some clarity to a lot of issues that have bedeviled the market for a long time. And besides that, a major item to deal with is regulation. And I'm sure you are aware that the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has just passed the bill which is the Investment and Securities Act, 2024. That is a major milestone. We are hoping and believing for the concurrence of the House of Representatives and then the assenting of that bill into law by Mr. President. That will be a 2024 gift to Nigerians because that bill is robust, is copious, and it has everything that it takes to be able to do what we need to do in driving more listings into the Nigerian capital market and indeed, the financial space. So providing clarity is important, providing incentive is important, providing guidelines is important. I'm sure you're also aware that from the SEC side, we have actually reduced time to market to 14 days historically, and that has done so well, and that has also improved the climate of the market, and of course, you see that it has also helped the bank recapitalization exercise from where we've been able to raise at least 1.7 trillion naira, which is unprecedented. Not alone, besides that, the other markets are also doing very well. So in total, we are doing about 3 trillion naira, in the last 7 months from the Nigerian capital market. That is phenomenal, and we believe strongly that we have a long way to go, even still then.
Now, I want to pick your brain on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. You know that the SEC, put out a sandpaper, white paper on it, and the regulatory sandbox. I know that there's been some moves to, embrace cryptocurrencies a bit more. I know you're concerned with risk. If you've seen what's been happening in the United States with President-elect Trump, who has been more accommodative in his language towards Bitcoin. He's appointed people who are more embracing of it. I guess I wanted to get your thoughts on cryptocurrencies and the SEC's approach as we enter 2025.
Yes, I guess you first give credit to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, even for the appointment he has made even to the Nigerian SEC. I have been an enthusiast of cryptocurrency, and so the president deemed it fit and necessary to make me the DG of the SEC, and that is phenomenal. So even before President Trump started thinking about that, our own dear president has already thought about it. And so what we have done is that we've been able to do what we need to do. We have actually been on the forefront, and that is why we created what we call the regulatory incubation and the accelerated regulatory incubation program. What is the idea? The idea is to be able to bring all of these cryptocurrency exchanges into a box, to be able to understand exactly what they are doing, to be able to understand the kind of myths that we have in them, and to be able to also understand the risk associated with them in order to be able to deal with those risks. So for us in Nigeria, we are actually at the forefront. We have been dealing with this, and now we are moving forward even to the next stage, having to review what we have seen and then come out with more, more rules and regulations and getting the place set for actual action. So for us at the SEC and for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I want to say congratulations for that foresightedness, in making sure that whoever comes into these positions are people that actually are in tune with the future. And that's exactly what we are doing. Democratizing, the market for the youths of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and indeed for Africa as a whole, showing an example. And so the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria actually should get the credit, not even me.
You are actually correct. If I really think back now to his manifesto when he was running for office, he did have cryptocurrencies in his manifesto. That was when candidates, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now becoming a host president, and congrats on your appointment. One more question for you. What is your outlook for 2025? Maybe if you want to talk about the wider Nigerian economy or the SEC's view capital markets, how do you see this new year we're going into?
I think about it as you ask the question, I'm excited. I'm excited because of what the future holds. The future is pregnant, but besides this pregnancy, we can see actually what is going to happen. And clearly, from what we are doing at the SEC and indeed the passage of the law, the 2024 ISA, it's going to be fantastic and phenomenal. You've not seen anything yet, because that law contains so much that will give Nigerians a real hope, as to exactly how the market is going to be. What does that law do critically, which I need to tell you about, is that it mainstreams the capital market into the Nigerian economy, getting the capital market to be able to drive development. The president has promised a $1 trillion economy. That can happen with the capital market, because the capital market is actually the barometer of any economy. Nigeria's capital market is not an exception. And so we believe strongly that we are actually on the right course. We're doing the right things, and of course, if we follow the stream we're going on with, we certainly will get to the point where we will be able to deliver to Nigerians a capital market that is useful, a capital market that is helpful, a capital market that galvanizes development. And that is critical for us, because we must try as much as possible to provide capital to the companies to be able to raise production. What we want to do in Nigeria is providing that funding to be able to raise production for Nigerian companies so that our exports will increase. And once our exports increase, it means that the economy will be stronger. It means our naira will be stronger. It means people will get more jobs. It means there will be redistribution of wealth to the lonely people, to the young Nigerians that we all know that we need to deal with.
Dr. Agama, Emomotimi, Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission in Nigeria, thank you so much for speaking to Arise News here in Casablanca at AFIS 2024.
Thank you so much for having me, Rotus.